I was doing a little assembly today, and so I thought I'd catch a quick video here of some of the things I've learned during construction and crashing of previous models. I'm working on it's the Euro Fighter RCPowers.com Scott Lott's design, and I've reduced it down. When I printed it off on the printer, I printed it about 77% of the full scale. It scales it down to something smaller I like to fly. And when I'm flying the bigger planes in the small field I'm flying in, I usually end up in a tree. So the smaller models tend not to get too far out of sight, and therefore I have less problems with them. I'm putting this model together, and a couple things I wanted to show you are what I've learned in my crashing experience. That's why we call it Build and Crash, bnc.com/blog. And you'll notice there's a carbon rod about midway through the body, and it goes all the way through to the nose. And the reason I put that in there is that in using this front section here for storage or battery, or I don't know where the CG is going to come out at or whatever, but it seems like it never fails. If I make this the canopy, you know, for access, the weakest point in the plane ends up being right there at that narrowest part of the body. And so the plane, even on a landing like in our fields with the rough grass and that, if it's not floating in, it'll snap right through that section right there. Okay, so I run, I think I'm on my F-22, and on the F-18s I ran barbecue skewers. On this one I actually put a piece of carbon rod in, and it just it basically, I mean, there is no give. And then I'm always scrounging around for different things there. Here's a little nose piece. It's a plastic nose piece I found. I don't know if it came out of a pizza box or something, I don't know. But I put that on because that's usually the first thing when they go on the ground. Now I can stick them like a lawn dart, and I can continue flying. The other thing I wanted to point out to you was this is the packaging tape that comes on, when they wrap boxes shipping large shipments, and that, this is usually stuck around the box. Well, I take this, and then what I do is bend it. So you can see, like, this one's bent about 30% in an L. And then what I did with this is on the front of this canard, I line this front edge. What it does, it gives us some strength. It's not so likely when I hit the ground to break that canard off. I mean, that's, if you're coming in and there's a weed or something sticking up, or here in Oregon, a raspberry bush or something, it'll just slice that puppy right off. So I line the front leading edges with this tape. It strengthens it and it protects it. I've also got a piece here along the back, and then I just trimmed it to the width, and that really enforces, there's no way that that's going to get broke unless I try to pick on a telephone pole. So that's where I'm working right now. This guy's coming along pretty good. I'm really happy with him. And my next project here, let's see, we're going to do an F-18 over here, about the same thing, 77%. There's an F-22 over there on the wall. He's 77% of RC Powers. The one there on the left of the flat screen there is a full scale of the V2 with some mods. That's a Hobby King. No, that's a Banana Hobby F-22 70 millimeter a ducted fan. And there's my cub up there in the corner. Since I moved up here from Texas, he hasn't had a chance to go flying. We haven't found a good airstrip yet to take off, and that Dollar Tree foam board there in the couch is some things I was just trying out just for fun, trying out some different props and that. So that's kind of where we're at. Let me turn around here real quick. I'm really happy with this model. There's no vertical stabilizers. It's a B2, really flies neat. Mesa is the one at RC Foam Fighters come up with this design, and it works on drag for the elevons. So it's got kind of a V. Let me show you that real quick. It's got a V-type aileron, and what that does is you just how much drag you put in determines which way you end up going. So, and let's see real quick again. Here's some of the things we want to build. Okay, that YF23. Basically, I'm going to build that as just it's a mod of the F22. We've got F18s going. And there's a picture of that Parkfa or Pakfa, that the Russian plane that Scott's got up now. A 35, the B2, and this is the X-47B. That's a unmanned futuristic design there. That what we're going to do is we're going to try him out on this type of airframe. So that's kind of where we're going with some of the builds we're working on right now. I hope you check the site out, come back, visit often. That's it. Thanks for watching.